Well, good morning and welcome back to Central Ontario. It's another gorgeous morning here, and apparently it's going to be a scorcher again this afternoon. But I want to do something a little different today. Usually, as you know, I'm learning how to use the tractor and I do different chores or tasks around the property, and then I'm fortunate enough I get some positive feedback or some advice or tips for the next time I do it. This time I thought I'd take the opportunity and hopefully ask for your good graces and some help from you folks before I do the chore. So grab a coffee, let's hang out together, and I'll show you what I need to do, and hopefully you'll be able to help me out. Cheers. Okay, we're here in the back driveway. If you watched the last video I just posted, number 54, finally got the boulder out, we got the stump out from in front of the shed, and I was finally able to grade this with the box blade. And on top of grading it, I took a few bucketfuls of the crusher stone I have behind me and got that laid out and spread out on the driveway. But here's my challenge. I've got that big pile of crusher, and the excavator that dropped it off for me, which is a friend of ours, said that I needed to put 2 to 3 inches of it evenly on this back driveway. And as you know, I'm pretty new to tractors. In fact, I think I've used that bucket twice, and I've only dug it into a pile of sand twice. The box blade I've only used a few times. And as you know, I've also got a back blade, which I've only used in the wintertime for clearing ice and snow. So I'm looking at the task in front of me. I plan on doing it in the next 6-7 days. It's part of my chores that I've got listed out. And I thought maybe for a change, instead of trying to do it and then finding out afterwards some great advice or tips from my fine subscribers, I thought maybe if I showed you what it is I needed to do and the tools I had, I'd really welcome it if you had a few minutes over the next 4 or 5 days just to post some comments below and some ideas or tips as to how you think I should do it. And remember, I'm a newbie, so any fancy stuff or complex stuff I'm not going to be able to do. But that's the task in front of us, so I've got an idea of how I want to do it, and here's that idea. So step one of my plan is I'm going to use the front end loader and the bucket. I'm going to dig into that pile of crusher stone, and I'm going to drop piles and feather piles along this entire area. Then I'm going to use my box scraper. I'm going to take the scarifiers, turn them upside down so that they're not in a position where they're digging. I'm going to tilt the box forward a bit so that I've got the blade is not digging too much, but hopefully more spreading. And then I'm going to run it across the driveway and try to take the piles of crusher stone and smooth them out and spread them. And hopefully, you know, the end result is I'd like another 2 to 3 inches of evenly spread crusher stone on this back driveway. Okay, I know I've got the rear blade, but I'm not too handy at it, and I'm not sure if that's the better tool to use or if the box scraper is the better tool to use, especially for me since I don't have a lot of experience. Okay, so that's the task I've got to get done. As you know, I'm pretty new to this stuff and I'm not an expert at spreading gravel, so I'm hoping that over the next few days, if you guys have a few minutes and you've got some experience spreading gravel, I'd really appreciate it if you could put it in the comments below the video. I know it's a busy time for folks and the weekend's coming up, but if you got a few minutes when you're having your coffee in the morning, I'd love to hear from you if you've got some good ideas as to how a new guy can get this done reasonably safely and easily, because anything too fancy or complex I don't think I'm going to be able to master, at least not yet. I don't know if the box blade is the best idea or the rear blade. I'm not sure if the idea of spreading the piles is a good idea. And whichever implement I'm going to use, what would be great is if you could tell me, you know, in addition to how to do it, or which implement to use, but also, you know, whether I should be putting it in float or whether I should be lifting it up, you know, 2 inches off the ground, or any of those types of details would be very helpful. So if you have a few minutes for your old pal GP, I'd really appreciate it. Other than that, I hope you've enjoyed the video series. If you like the channel, click subscribe, hit the like button, and if you want to know when I'm putting out videos, hit that little bell. Have a wonderful week, enjoy your weekend, and I hope to hear from you. Cheers.